sister announced her pregnancy at my engagement party while I was in the bathroom. And when I uninvited her from my wedding, my family turned against me. I'm a 27-year-old female and I just got engaged to my fiancé, 30M. We threw an engagement party last weekend with our families and close friends. For once, I was excited because it felt like my turn to have a special celebration. My younger sister, let's call her Anna, 24F, has always been the golden child in our family. Growing up, she somehow managed to be the center of attention at every opportunity. I'll admit she's charismatic and my parents dote on her. I do love her, but I was looking forward to this party being about my engagement for a change. For example, I remember my high school graduation party turning into a celebration of her winning some competition she entered because she made a point to announce it during my toast. On my 21st birthday, she had a dramatic meltdown over a minor issue and my parents spent the whole evening comforting her instead of celebrating with me. That's just how it always went. My milestones often got overshadowed by hers. Anyways, the party itself was at my parents' house, a casual backyard get-together with a buffet and music. There were maybe 30 to 40 people there in total, mostly family, plus a few of my close friends. Everyone seemed happy for us at first. We were about to cut a cake that one of my friends had brought for the occasion. Right then, I realized I had to duck into the bathroom. My stomach was acting up, probably thanks to some questionable tacos I'd had the day before. I slipped away for maybe 5 minutes max. Apparently, those 5 minutes were all it took for Anna to make my engagement party all about her. According to my fiancé and a couple of friends who were there, as soon as I was out of sight, she stood up, tapped her glass for attention, and announced that she had even bigger news to share. By the time I came back out, she had completely taken over the event. I walked into the yard to find everyone cheering and crowding around her. I remember feeling confused and immediately sensing that the whole vibe had changed. One of my cousins ran up to me saying, "Isn't it great? Anna just announced she's pregnant." I was completely caught off guard. Anna was standing there beaming, one hand in her husband's and her other hand on her belly while people congratulated them left and right. The engagement cake that was moments away from being cut had been shoved to the side and forgotten. A few guests looked a bit uncomfortable when I reappeared. I think some of my friends and my fiancé's family knew this was not okay, but most of my family was just clapping and fawning over the pregnancy news. Even my mom was in full grandma-to-be mode, hugging my sister and crying happy tears. It was like my engagement had been totally upstaged in the blink of an eye. I'll be honest, I was furious, but I tried my best to stay composed and not make a scene. I forced myself to smile, went over to Anna, and said a quick congratulations. I'm sure my face was red and my voice was flat because I was 1 second away from losing it. Anna gave me a hug and was like, "I'm sorry. I just couldn't hold it in." I had to share. I didn't really respond beyond a mumbled hum. The rest of the evening was pretty much a blur to me. What was supposed to be an engagement celebration for us turned into an impromptu baby announcement party for her. People kept coming up to me and saying things like, "Don't be upset. This is happy news for the family." It felt so patronizing, like they were preemptively telling me how I should feel. Even my parents barely spent any time with me and my fiancé after that point. They were too busy doting on the soon-to-be parents. I basically became a bystander at my own engagement party at that point. We never even got around to doing the planned toast or a formal cake cutting. After that, my friend ended up quietly cutting the cake into slices for people to grab, but the moment for it had passed. I mostly hung out on the sidelines with my fiancé and a couple of close friends, watching everyone fuss over my sister. I'll admit, I left my own party as soon as possible. I was that upset and frankly